Today I'm checking out Climate of the Hunter, which I would categorize as an art house vampire film, even though you're not sure if there really is a vampire or not. It's not the first time art house and vampire has been mashed together. Jess Franco made a career of it. Even the original Nosferatu was pretty art house for its time and still is. So let's get into Climate of the Hunter, but be sure to try the hors d'oeuvres and lift that pinky while you're sipping your wine while watching this video. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights, a part of the Kings of Horror Network. I'm ML Miller. While you might be watching this video on the Kings of Horror Network, I urge you to click over to my ML Miller Frights YouTube page and give it a like. Please share with all of your buddies. Click subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to ring that bell for notifications. Climate of the Hunter is new on-demand and digital download from Dark Star Pictures. It's directed by Reece and written by Reece and John Selvidge. Climate of the Hunter begins with a doctor's note describing the psychological diagnosis of its lead character, Alma, played by Ginger Gilmartin, listing psychosis, hallucinations, mood swings, and schizophrenia as her symptoms. So right off the bat, we know this is going to be a story from the point of view of an unreliable narrator. While Climate of the Hunter gives multiple point of views, none of it is particularly reliable. More clearly, everything in this film is happening in a world unlike you or I have ever experienced. It's a weird and quirky world, with only eccentrics that live in it. It's a lavish world, reminiscent of Wes Anderson by the way things are particularly framed, staged, and set up. There's even a cute little narration before every meal, and we experience many meals in this film, describing what is being served by an omniscient hostess. If you don't mind slipping into a dreamlike world that is glossy around the edges, prone to diatribes, anecdotes, and sidebars, and one that seems to not follow the rules of reality that we know it, Climate of the Hunter is going to be the film for you. Alma's sister Elizabeth, played by Mary Buss, is a buttoned-down and proper woman in her later years. She's the exact opposite of her free-spirited sister Alma, and has come to stay the week with her sister, catch up, and make sure she's doing okay, given Alma's psychological problems. Just as Elizabeth arrives, so does a distinguished gentleman named Wesley, played by Ben Hall, who returns to the home next door to Alma after one of his worldly adventures. Wesley is a cultured and well-traveled man who garners the fascination of both Alma and Elizabeth as he comes over for dinner nightly to shower them with stories and experiences. But when Alma's other neighbor, B.J. Beavers, played by Jacob Ryan Snowell, gets bad vibes from Wesley, Alma begins having suspicions that Wesley may not be the man he seems. Wesley just might be a vampire. So this is a film that takes place over the course of numerous nights during numerous meals as two women find out more and more about their relationships, their issues, and their history with one another. I really love the meticulous way the framework of Climate of the Hunter is set up. While there are scenes that happen outside of the dinner table, some of the most entertaining ones come from the character play that goes on while eating. While later in the film, the trio is joined by Wesley's persnickety son Percy, played by Sheridan McMichael, or Alma's snobbish daughter Rose, played by Danielle Yvonne Ploger. Most of the time, the camera flits back and forth between these two women competing for attention from this mysterious man. Due to some elaborate and clever wordplay from director Mickey Reece and his co-writer John Selvidge, never was I bored listening to the expansive stories and undertones that are often quite sharp and pointy, disguised under the pretense of civility and high class. Each actor plays their part superbly, highlighting their eccentricities as well as their feelings common and relatable like sibling love, competitive jealousy, and protective urges. This is one of those films that feels like it might have been originally envisioned as a play, with the attention focused more on script and character than a wide variety of scenes. When we do switch scenes, it's not for long, but these breaks between meals are still extremely important to this intricately laid house of cards that is the script. Everything culminates to a truly bizarre final meal that is psychedelic, surreal, and absolutely unsettling. Is Wesley a vampire? Who knows? As I said earlier, the main narrator is nuts, but she may be the only one crazy enough to survive the week. Climate of the Hunter is a marvelously creative and unique slice of genre that seems to have the dual goal of charming and unnerving the viewer all at once. This is a gorgeous and fascinating film. Sure, it's pure Arthouse, and if you hate artsy-fartsy, there's a lot of that to hate here. But it worked fabulously on me. From the overly dramatic music, the lens-flared candlelight, the intense camera shifts, the odd imagery, the decadent foods, and to the wonderfully elegant dialogue masking all kinds of savagery, contempt, rage, and insanity, Climate of the Hunter is a film I most definitely will not forget, and neither will you. That'll be it for today. Please chime in the comments down below and let me know what you think of this video. How on the nose or mind-numbingly wrong I am, or you can counter with your own review. If you like this video, please pound that thumbs up button. Share this video with your social media addicted pals. If you're looking for written reviews, you can find them on mlmillerwrites.com. Don't forget I have 2 new horror comic book trade paperbacks you should look for. Both GRAVETRANCERS and Pirouette, collecting never-before-published issues, can be found in only the finest of comic book stores right now. And be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for alerts to be the first to see my future videos. Thanks so much for your time, and take care.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. You're doomed. Live the life that you are meant to live inside that reality.